As we begin, let your awareness find your breath. Let your awareness find your breath somewhere in your torso that feels comfortable for you to find your breath. It could be in your chest or your heart or your solar plexus, which is a little bit below your heart. It could be deep in your belly. Wherever it feels comfortable for you to anchor yourself in the breath, I want you to just bring all your awareness to this general area. And as you begin to really anchor yourself in your breath, with all your awareness, simply focusing on what it feels like as the breath fills this space and then empties this space. It's a very comfortable breath. It's a very natural breath. A little slower, a little more deeply perhaps. But it should be a very, very comfortable breath. Not controlled, just a very comfortable breath. And all throughout the meditation, always in the background, your awareness should simply be on your breath. Just feeling what it feels like as it fills the space and then empties the space. So now as we begin, I'd like you to bring yourself very present. Very, very focused on just this present moment. Many times what helps present moment awareness is to become very aware of your senses and get caught up or engaged in thought about the senses as much as you just experience. Just notice the sounds. The closer sounds, but also the more subtle sounds. Notice what your body feels like, either sitting in the chair or laying on the floor. Notice what your skin feels like. Clothes against the skin or the air against your skin. Notice if there's any subtle light coming in through your eyes. And again, this is just about experiencing your senses rather than engaging in thought. So just for a few moments, experience what it feels like to be fully present in this moment. Now, just for a moment, just notice what your thoughts are. Again, you're not engaging in the thought or being carried away by the thought. It almost feels like you're observing the thought or witnessing from a third person point of view. Just noticing the activity of your thoughts. Maybe even looking at your thoughts with a little bit of curiosity. The idea is to notice the activity of your thoughts without engaging or being caught up or carried away, but just paying attention. And then making a choice not to engage. It's present, just noticing. Now for a few moments, notice what you're feeling, which may or may not be related to your thoughts. Notice if your feelings inhabit a different part of your body than your thoughts do. And if you seem to feel things in a different spot of your body, just notice. Again, don't get caught up or carried away or engage those feelings. Just notice. Notice what you're feeling. Notice how it feels in your body. And being willing, just open up, letting yourself feel and notice what you're feeling. Again, from a third person point of view, witnessing what you're feeling, maybe even with a little curiosity. Maybe even with a little curiosity of the distinct difference between what you're feeling as opposed to what your thoughts might be. Again, staying fully present. Now bring your attention now back to your breath, anchored in a spot that feels comfortable. Just noticing what feels comfortable. Now again, keeping your attention on your breath, always in the background. Always releasing with each breath. Focusing on the physical sensation of release as you breathe out. If you want, you can repeat the word release on each out breath, just silently to yourself. And as you say that word silently to yourself on every out breath, physically feel the sensation of release for your whole body, just letting go, release. Release. Physically feeling that sensation of letting go. Release. Being willing to let go of the tightness, the tension, the anxiety, just release. Now bring your attention to your eyes for a moment. Not the eye itself, but all the tiny little muscles surrounding the eyes and the eye socket. Behind the eyes, the tiny little muscles that move the eyes. All around your eyebrows, on the sides and below your eyes. I want you to physically feel the sensation of releasing all the tightness, all the stress, all the tension, all through the sockets of the eyes. Just letting go of any tightness. It almost feels like you're letting go of any expression on your face. And again, just letting go of all the tiny little tightness and stress and tension through all the muscles all around the eye. Then bring that back down to the rest of your face. Letting go of all the tiny little muscles all through the face. Losing all expression on your face. Release and let go. Release and let go. Focus on your jaws and make sure that the jaw is not tight and clenched, and just loosen up the jaw a little bit. Releasing and letting go. And bring your attention now down to your shoulders. Intentionally let go of any tightness, stress, tension, all through the shoulders. Just release and let go of any tightness all through the shoulders. Again, physically feeling the sensation of release on every out breath. Completely letting go. Bring your attention again back down into your chest, anchored in your breath. Maybe deep down in your belly, back to that spot that feels comfortable for you to bring your attention. Breathe and release. Breathe and release. Now I'm going to name a body part or group of body parts. And as I name that group of body parts, what I'm going to ask you to do is just tighten for a count of 3, and I'll count down from 3, 2, 1. And tighten that group of body parts and then just slowly release. And then after you release the next 2 or 3 breaths, I want you to focus specifically on those group of body parts and completely let go. So starting with your toes on up through your ankles and your shins and your calves. So from your knees down to your feet, I just want you to tighten for a count of 3, 2, 1, and then slowly let go and completely release. And then the next few breaths, focus on the sensation of complete release. Complete release. Now from your knees on up through the thigh, the back of the thigh, and up into your hips. So from your hips to your knees, I want you to tighten for a count of 3, 2, 1, and slowly let go and completely release. And again, the next few breaths, focusing on the sensation of complete release on the out breath. Focusing specifically on those body parts. So now from the hips all the way down to the feet, you feel complete release. And now from your hips through your lower back and lower abdominals, and then upper back, and your upper abdominals and your chest area. So now from your shoulders to your hips, I want you to tighten for a count of 3, 2, 1, and completely let go. And the next few breaths, focusing on the sensation of complete release on the out breath. Complete release on the out breath. And starting at your shoulders, down through the upper arm and the elbow, and down through the wrist into the hands. Focus on the sensation. Tighten. 3, 2, 1, and completely let go and release. Completely let go and release. So now from your shoulders all the way down to your toes, focusing on the sensation of complete release on the out breath. Your whole body feels relaxed. Just feel your body melting into the chair, or melting into whatever you're laying down on. Just feel the sensation of complete release. Now I'm going to bring your awareness to some body parts, but at this time I don't want you to tighten. I just want you to bring your awareness there and feel the sensation of just complete release. So working on up through the back of the neck and the base of the skull. Feel the sensation of complete release. Complete release. And working now back from the back of the skull to wrap around both sides and wrap around the top of the skull. It's almost like you're putting a cap on from the back, the top of the back of the neck, all the way around the sides and over the top, and then meeting in the middle of the forehead. So all the tiny little muscles all through your scalp, the big bones, the tiny little bones, all through the skull and the scalp, completely let go and release. Completely let go. And then bringing your attention now back to your eyes. I'm sure all the tiny little muscles of the eyes are released. letting go of any leftover stress or tension all through the eyes. And that down again through the rest of the face and the jaw, completely losing any expression on your face. And back down to your breath, wherever it feels comfortable, focus on the breath. All your awareness is on the breath. Body completely melting in. The chair, or if you're laying down, whatever you're laying down, your body is just completely melting away. Now, as you feel your body completely melting away, all is left is your breath, and you can feel yourself completely letting go and drifting off to sleep. Very slowly, sleep is beginning to just take over your body, and you can feel yourself just very gently and very happily drifting off into a very, very, very restful and calm sleep. Just gently drifting away, gently letting go, and drifting off to sleep.